For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cherish, and for those of you that do know me, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be the first Q&A of the month. I have decided that I want to try doing Q&As at least once a month, maybe twice, depending on just how many questions I get from all my friends on Instagram and Twitter. I do actually have Facebook friends who have decided to give me some questions this time around. And if any of you guys have any questions that you want to ask me, don't be afraid to ask me whatever you want to ask me. I'm an open book. I'm willing to answer whatever question may be bothering you, or you just want to think you're being silly or whatever. It doesn't matter. You can ask any question you want. So we're just going to jump right on in. So the first one comes from my friend in our RP group. If you don't know anything about my RP group, it's on Twitter. I do know I talked about it in my What is Wednesday. I believe it was the first episode. So you might want to go check that out. She asks, are you afraid of the dark? I would say no. Not in particular. I know a lot of people would say they are afraid of the dark, but I don't particularly find the dark a scary place. I think a lot of people are afraid of the dark because they're afraid of the unknown, and since the unknown doesn't scare me whatsoever, no, I'm not afraid of the dark. The next part, she asks me, if you knew the date of your best friend's death, would you tell that person? No, I don't think I would want to tell them. Just because I wouldn't want to personally know. If someone knew the date of my death, I would not want to know them. That's just like if someone said, if you knew how someone was going to die, would you tell them? No. I feel like if you told them how they were going to die or when they were going to die, I feel like you would be messing with the fates, just because that person would probably try and find a way to stop themselves from dying. And I feel like that's something you don't want to mess with. If you're meant to die, you're going to die, and there shouldn't be anything you're going to do about it. That's why I don't want to know when I'm going to die. If someone knew when I was going to, I would not want them to tell me. I would just want to leave it alone. Okay, so this one comes from my Instagram friend, and she says, did your new series have an inspiration? If so, what inspired it? And also, was there a particular reason you called it What is Wednesday? Only asking because it is really catchy and a very interesting choice. Honestly, yeah, there's a lot of things that completely inspired me. First and foremost would be my roleplay group. When the virus first started, with everything going around and being crazy and stuff disappearing off the shelves so fast, a bunch of us were just like, oh my god, what's going on? Why is all of this happening? Why, those kinds of things. So after about 2 days of us going through all of the what's and the whys and the oh my gosh, what's happening, I just decided I think it would be really, really fun. Or this episode on my channel, and just made it something that other people can feel the need. Also, another really big inspiration is probably Peter Griffin's What Grinds My Gears. After seeing that episode a couple times and a couple different versions of Peter doing things like that, I just felt like, yeah, that is definitely something I want to do. Also, actually, there are some YouTubers, honestly, that helped spark an inspiration in me. Big time Graveyard Girl, oh my gosh, with her different series that she does on her channel, the testing of the products and stuff like that. It just really, really helped inspire me to want to really do something like this on my channel and make it something that is a really big faction, kind of like how Vlogoween and Vlogmas were really, really bigly inspired by her, and a couple other YouTubers that inspired me to do those type of factions. But for my What is Wednesday, yeah. When she says, is there any particular reason I called it What is Wednesday? Basically, it worked together. It just sort of rolled off the tongue right. It felt right. It's also probably one of the less busy days of the week when I really thought about it. And so another friend of my RP group, he asks, are you afraid or uncomfortable in open water? Honestly, no, I'm not afraid of open water. I would rather say I think I am afraid to drown in water, just because I've had so many nightmares and night terrors of drowning in water that it kind of gives me a fear of drowning in it. But so this next one is from another friend on Instagram. She says, would you consider yourself to be a shallow person, such as an evil person in any way? And honestly, no. I don't exactly think I'm a shallow person per se. I do know that I have evil tendencies, I want to say, but I'm not really even an evil person. Like I said, I know I have evil tendencies. I don't exactly think that makes me an evil person. I know I'm not a shallow person. So, no, I'm not a shallow person. So this next one is another friend from Instagram, and he asks, do you believe you could be considered a thrill seeker? Not really. I don't exactly think I'm a thrill seeker. I think I'm too much of a laid back person to be a thrill seeker. If that makes any sense at all, because when I'm saying it, I'm kind of like, is it making sense? Probably not. The next one, this one is actually from a Facebook friend who finally started watching my channel. He has yet to subscribe to my channel yet, but anyways, he asks, when you die, do you want to be cremated or buried? And definitely want to be cremated. So what are your thoughts about the afterlife, and do you believe there is life after death? Honestly, yes, I believe in the afterlife. I think each person can believe or disbelieve anything they want, but I do believe in the afterlife. I believe very highly that there is life after death. Each person can choose to believe however they choose to, but that is what I believe. And I don't need to say any more about that. This is from one of my best friends on Twitter. Nomeo says, first off, this one may seem a little more PG rated, almost PG-13, but go about it however you want. Or would you consider yourself to be a romantic person? Personally, no. I think when I have tried in the past to be a romantic person, it just comes off as me being overly silly, or cutesy, and then I'm just kind of like, ooh, that's not what I'm going for, so never mind. So he says too, when in a relationship, do you personally believe is the right time to be romantic with your partner? Honestly, I think the best time to be starting into romance and stuff like that is once you've had a chance to build your relationship up, and learn more about each other, get to know the odds and ends about each other, and make a bond. I think that's what I have believed to come across as what helps bond your relationship even better. So definitely not right away or right in the beginning. Do you personally base your relationships on romance? And my answer is no. Like, flat out no. I never base any relationship off of romance. I don't base it on, oh, were you good at doing this, or are you bad at doing that in your romance? No, I never base romance in my relationships. I base it off of personality, how we're growing. I don't even really base my relationships off of faults, like what people fail at, what people aren't good at. I think that's probably the best thing to have in a relationship, is understanding that each person is going to fail in one sense or another for one reason or another. And I think it will just help your relationships grow, rather than you ride a roller coaster for the rest of your relationship and then tank. Next question is also from Nomeo. He says, are you a jealous person at all? He says, if yes, what makes you jealous? If no, you are a liar. I have very jealous tendencies. I have things that will make me really, really jealous. I try not to hold it against the people that I'm jealous of. I don't want anybody to feel like, they have to sacrifice their happiness because I'm unhappy. Yeah, I have a tendency to be jealous, but I don't let the jealousy control how I am with any person. My answer is I'm not a jealous person, but I have things I will become jealous of. The next one comes from a friend on Twitter, and she says, sorry if this is a lot of questions, but I have never been able to do a Q&A before. I didn't know when you were going to be doing another one, so I decided to ask multiple questions. Also, just in case no one else asks you any other questions, I figured I would do a bunch to help you out. Thank you. Do you find yourself to like animals more than people? Honestly, yeah, I think I'm definitely more of an animal person than a people person. Okay, she says, do you like dogs more than cats or cats more than dogs? Personally, I love both. I love cats and dogs, but more than I do dogs, I guess. Only because they're litter box trained. When this one came to us, she was 2 months old, and she already started using the litter box the moment we brought her in the house. And my almost 7-year-old cat, he was the same way when he came into us at 4 months old. Just the fact that they automatically know to use a litter box, and they don't do what dogs do, which is poop or pee in your hallway or your bedroom. So I do definitely tend to go more for the cats versus the dogs, but I love cats and dogs. What is one exotic animal you wish you owned? Personally, I think a Komodo dragon would be so awesome as an exotic animal to own. What is the weirdest pet you have ever owned? Probably our chinchilla Dioval, just because I've never thought of even owning a chinchilla before. So I think he's the weirdest animal I've ever owned. Technically, my mom owns him, but yeah. And lastly, she says, if you haven't yet, what would you want to own? Honestly, like I said, I would love to own a Komodo dragon, but honestly, I really wish I could own snakes. So the last one I'm going to do, even though there's 2 more, but I'm going to make a video of the last one just because there's so many questions to this one, and it relates so much to one thing. So I'm going to do this one, and then there's going to be a part 2. There has to be, just because this video is already long enough. So the last question for this video, at least for part 1, is from another Instagram friend, and he asks, I don't know if you have been asked this before, but what made you choose to do YouTube videos? I do think I did answer this one once before, but honestly, I just chose to do YouTube because there were so many other inspirations that just helped encourage me and lean me toward doing YouTube myself. I think I've said this a million times before. Good Luck Charlie was definitely one inspiration because I wanted to watch myself grow and get better. He then asks, what made you start a channel? Like I said, those are the reasons why I started my channel. That was why I wanted to make a channel. Do you ever want to become a famous YouTuber? Not particularly. Plus, I don't think it would happen just because I'm not I'm not a well-known person, and I'm like a little less than halfway to almost 100 videos. But I don't care about becoming a famous YouTuber. That's not a goal of mine. I wanted to see myself progress and get better and grow as a person and an individual. I think it helps my business personally to grow is if I can come out of my shell more. And says, if one day you did become a famous YouTuber, what is something you would want to have happen? Honestly, because I don't see myself becoming a famous YouTuber, and I don't care about becoming famous whatsoever. I don't exactly think there's an answer for that question that would fit it. Like I said, because I don't see myself as becoming famous. So nothing would happen. He says, being that you are, being that you have so little subscribers, don't take this as me being mean in any way. He says, what makes you feel like you have to stay with this YouTube thing, and what helps you keep going? I only ask these questions because I know if I ever see myself doing that for a living, knowing that I don't have a lot of friends already, but you have 5 subscribers and have been on YouTube for a long while. So I'm just asking if it's worth it in the end. And honestly, for me, yes, to each his own. Like, if you feel like, oh, because you don't have a lot to provide for YouTube, a lot of content to make, a lot of ideas on what to make as content, yeah, you may feel like you're not going to do as well. Honestly, personally for me, this is just an avenue for me to explore what works and what doesn't work. What makes me keep going is just the fact that, like I said in Good Luck Charlie, there were video diaries. This is something that they're almost like little video diaries. Yes, I started off my channel making them personally for myself, basically, and now I make them for you guys. And you guys could be a small group. You guys could be the only group I ever get, and I would be perfectly happy with 5 subscribers. I would be perfectly happy if I was back down to only 1 subscriber. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me if people are watching my videos. I don't make it because a million people are watching it. I don't make it because, you know, there's 25 views or 1 view on a video, or no thumbs up or 12 thumbs down. I don't particularly care. Like, I'm just making these to put something out there and put myself out there and watch, like I said, watch myself grow and explore myself and what works, finding things that work for me, finding things that I'm more comfortable doing. Honestly, Q&As, hauls, the What is Wednesday, those are things like I'm extremely into. Unboxings are something that I personally could sit and watch a 2-hour unboxing video. I loved watching people doing hauls. I love watching people do Q&As. You know, those are my type of favorite videos. And basically, I'm filming things that I would want to watch. So if people are annoyed with Q&As or hot topic hauls or unboxings, like, that's on you. But that's what I'm going to keep doing. As things that I personally love to do, I'm going to keep doing. And to answer his question, if that's what you're passionate about is becoming a YouTuber, then do it. I'm saying that there's nothing that should stop you. So like I said, there is one more question, but it has like 12 questions. It is all based around the same thing. So I think I'm going to stop the video here, and I'm going to start a new video talking about the last question. Like I said, just because there's like so many questions and they're all geared around one thing, and I want to be able to get to each and every one and address them the way I addressed each and every one of these. So that's all I have for you in this one. Stay tuned for the very next one, question and answer for I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do make sure that you watch the next video so that you can like, subscribe, and become a part of the Winchester family if you're not already. And then you can also look at all my social medias and follow me there. The links are going to be in the description box in both videos so you can find me. But you guys are welcome to ask me any questions you want to, like I said in the beginning of this video. Any question you can think of, any question you have for me. Don't think it's silly, don't think it's stupid, because I will answer it. I'm an open book, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!